Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start with the next topic of dynamics of circular motion. When we say dynamics of circular motion, dynamics means anything which is moving is called as dynamics. And when we say dynamics of circular motion, then we need to first understand that means whenever a circular motion or rotational motion is taking place, then what are the things which are acting on it, or what are the things which are responsible for a circular motion. So the first thing is, a circular motion is due to the action of two forces which are acting simultaneously but opposite in direction. The first is centripetal force and the second is centrifugal force. So today we will talk about centripetal force. Centripetal force. What is centripetal force? A force acting along the radius directed towards the center is called a centripetal force. That means a force which makes the body revolve around a particular point. Like suppose if we take the example of Landor. What is a Landor? Landor is nothing but a thread which is tied with a stone at one end, and the other end of the thread is in your hand. When you try to rotate that particular stone with the thread till the thread is in your hand, is tightly you are keeping the thread tightly in your hand, the stone is revolving around your hand in a circular motion. This force which is acting along the radius toward the center, that means the thread, the force acting along the thread towards your hand is called as centripetal force. See this OP. The force which is OP is called as centripetal force. So what is centripetal force? A force acting along the radius directed towards the center. If you release the thread from your hand, the stone moves in the tangent PR. So centripetal force provides centripetal acceleration. So what centripetal force do? It provides centripetal acceleration. That means the acceleration which is directed along the radius towards the center. So A bar is equal to minus omega square R bar. We know centripetal acceleration is toward the center, but the radius vector is away from the center. Hence, it is a negative. In the negative sign shows these directions are opposite. But the magnitude of centripetal acceleration is AR is equal to omega R bar square, which we have already done. I will write down in vector form. In vector form. But in scalar form, what it is? AR is equal to omega square R bar. Scalar form. Now, we know the formula of force. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So, centripetal force is equal to mass into centripetal acceleration. Centripetal force Fc bar is equal to mass m, acceleration a bar. Mass is scalar quantity, hence there is no need to put bar on it. So centripetal force F bar is equal to minus m omega square R bar, because a R bar, that means centripetal acceleration, is minus omega square R bar. So this is the formula of centripetal force. Again, this formula of centripetal force is in vector form. Vector form means it gives magnitude as well as direction. Centripetal force is always directed towards the center, providing circular or rotational motion. Note that if in the absence of centripetal force, there won't be a rotational motion. There may be other motion, but no rotational motion. For rotational motion, centripetal force is necessary. Number 2, due to centripetal force, the velocity is directed tangentially to the circular track. See, PR. PR in figure. So, due to centripetal force, the velocity is directed tangentially towards the circular track. Next, therefore, centripetal force is always directed towards the center and the velocity is tangential. These two conditions are required. Please note that if you are having a centripetal force which is directed towards the center, but the velocity is not tangential, then the particle is not moving. If you are having a velocity which is tangential but no force is acting, then also it won't be a circular motion. That means for a circular motion, both these two things are needed, centripetal force and the velocity. Let's take an example. Let's take an example of simple harmonic motion, SHM. Simple harmonic motion, SHM. The force is always directed toward the center, but it is not centripetal force because the velocity is not directed tangentially, as we have shown in the figure PR. What is happen? What is simple harmonic motion? Simple harmonic motion is to and fro motion. That means if a body is moving to and fro, I will just give you the example here. If the body is moving in this way, the force is acting in this way. If body is moving in this way, the force is acting in this way. This is to and fro motion. O, A and B. Continuously the body is moving like this. When body moves away from the center, force act toward the center. This is centripetal force acting toward the center. But the velocity is not directed tangentially as shown in the figure PR in the figure. Hence it is not a what? Rotational motion or circular motion. It is simple harmonic motion, SHM. Okay, so I think you people are clear with it. Two things are required. First, centripetal force. Number two, what is that? Velocity should be tangential. And the centripetal force. Only those two things makes the rotational motion. Centripetal force acting under inertial frame of reference. When we say inertial frame of reference, when the body is performing circular motion, then the frame of reference should be inertial. I think we have already studied inertial frame of reference and non-inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference, what do you mean by that? When no force or a constant force is acting on a body. That means if I keep a pen here, the pen is not moving. That means no force is acting. It is inertial frame of reference. But when a constant force is acting on it and the pen is moving in a constant speed, a constant velocity, it is called as what? Inertial frame of reference. The magnitude of centripetal force. So here what I have said, moving in a circular path with a constant speed of velocity. When it is moving with a constant speed of velocity, it is inertial frame of reference. That means if a body is at rest or when body is moving with a constant speed. The magnitude of centripetal force, here we are having different formulas. FCP is equal to mr omega square. There we have said FCP bar is equal to minus mr omega square. Minus shows the direction. Second, FCP is equal to mv square upon r, because when we put omega, v is equal to r omega, here we get the second formula mv square upon r. And if we change that to v, r instead of r we put omega, then what happened? FP is equal to mv omega. So these 1 2 3 formulas, all these three formulas we are going to use when we are having different terms. If we know angular velocity, radius and mass, we use this. If we know instead of angular velocity, velocity is given, mass and radius, we use this. If we know velocity and angular velocity and mass but no radius, we use this. So these three formulas are used as and when required, whatever things are required. So here where FCP, what is FCP? FCP is centripetal force which is acting along the radius toward the center. M, mass of the body performing rotational motion or circular motion. R, radius of the circular path or track. Omega, angular velocity with which it is moving. V, velocity of the body performing circular motion. So all these three things are required for centripetal force. So again I am repeating, centripetal force is very important. It is a real force which is acting, we can see it, through which the body is pulled to a particular point. Let's take an example. If we take sun at the center and earth is moving around the sun. If we take example earth at the center and moon is moving around the earth. So what force is pulling that thing towards the center is a centripetal force. And that is, we say, gravitational force. So here gravitational force is nothing but centripetal force which is attracting that body to move around it. If suppose there is no gravity, earth will leave the sun and move away. Moon will leave the earth and move away. But they are moving in a constant particular circular direction because of centripetal force. So whenever centripetal force is there, two things are there, centripetal force and the velocity. And the velocity direction should be tangential, tangent to the circle, to the direction. Okay, we'll stop here and the next part of the centrifugal force inshallah we will do tomorrow. What I want that you should make the notes of it, draw the figure of SHM, draw the figure of circular motion, label it, because this is very important chapter and they have combined around 2 to 3 chapters in this chapter. That means I am taking a long time to complete this chapter, but it is having lot of weightage because 2 3 chapters are combined in this. Okay, so go through it. Tomorrow we'll start with centrifugal force. Okay, Allah Hafiz.